4K is quickly becoming the new standard for TVs and computer monitors, so it makes sense that security cameras are following suit. More and more companies are producing 4K security cameras and NVRs, so that you can enjoy all 8 megapixels that your screen has to offer. The only problem is the price of 4K cameras doesn't seem to be dropping. Do you have a Hikvision or a Dahua NVR that supports 4K resolution? Are you in the market for a 4K camera but are unwilling to throw down the money for a name brand model? At Nelly Security, we believe everyone should have access to 4K technology. That's why we're now carrying GoSwift Ultra HD 4K security cameras. You can pick up one of these models for only $99, which is by far the cheapest 4K security camera that you're going to find on the market. Hi, I'm Tyler from Nelly Security, and in this video, we're going to take a look at 3 different 4K security cameras from 3 different companies: Dahua, Hikvision, and GoSwift. By the end of this video, you'll see that GoSwift has all the functionality of a name brand 4K security camera at a fraction of the price. As you watch over this camera footage, keep in mind that the GoSwift camera is $99, while both Hikvision and Dahua cameras typically retail between $160 and $200. Can you guess which of these cameras is the GoSwift? Probably not. Sure, there's a big price difference between the GoSwift and the other two. But as you'll see throughout the rest of this video, that's just about the only significant difference. Well, this is the last camera. Do you have your final guess? Let's go ahead and reveal these cameras. First up, we had our Dahua model. This is the DHIPC HFW4831ESE. Alright, camera number 2. This is Hikvision's model, the DS2CD2085FWDI. That means last but not least, camera number 3 was the GoSwift GS4K Bullet 1. And again, this camera clocks in at $99. Now, let's jump into a more in-depth comparison of these 3 cameras to see if GoSwift really can stand up to its competition. You can see all 3 of these cameras are roughly the same size. The Dahua model is a little bit bigger, but not by much. GoSwift definitely is the most compact and lightweight model. Now, let's check out these lenses. Hikvision and Dahua do come in a variety of lenses, but they both jump from 2.8mm lenses, which are super zoomed out, super wide lenses, up to 4mm lenses, which are quite a bit more zoomed in, quite a bit narrower. Our GoSwift Bullet here is unique in that it has a 3.6mm lens. At an 85-degree field of view, it's nice and wide, plus 3.6mm isn't zoomed out too much, it's not zoomed in too much. It really is at a good sweet spot when it comes to focal length. When it comes to resolution, once again, it's the same across the board. 4K resolution at 15 frames per second. Now with both the Dahua and Hikvision cameras, you can get up to 30 frames per second if you decrease the resolution from 8 megapixels, which is 4K, down to 3 megapixels. With GoSwift, you're pretty much stuck at 15 frames per second no matter what resolution you choose. But in the end, if a higher frame rate is more important to you than a higher resolution, then you can save a lot of money just by not investing in a 4K camera at all. But if 4K really is what you're looking for, all 3 cameras have the exact same video quality. And both GoSwift and Hikvision have an infrared range of about 100 feet. Dahua is the clear winner in this category with an IR range of up to about 130 feet. However, in practice, you really can't tell a whole lot of difference between this and this. Dahua's infrared range might look better on paper, but this GoSwift night vision really is super clear and maybe even a little bit more illuminated. Finally, looking at the weatherproofing of these cameras, all 3 models really can withstand pretty much anything that comes their way. GoSwift's weatherproofing is rated IP66, while both Hikvision and Dahua have an IP rating of 67. Really, the only difference between these 2 numbers is that you can fully submerge the Hikvision and Dahua cameras in about 1 meter of water for about 30 minutes. So unless you want to take your security cameras swimming with you, the IP66 rating of the GoSwift really is all you need for a good, solid, reliable outdoor security camera. Alright, now that we've seen how the specs for each of these cameras compare to one another, I'm going to go ahead and install these cameras looking out over our back parking lot so we can see them in action. So the installation of these cameras was pretty much the same across the board. They all come with mounting templates and just screw right into the wall or ceiling. Plus they all sit on ball heads, so it's super easy to make angle adjustments to each of these cameras. Now the Dahua is a little bit bulkier, which made it slightly more inconvenient than the other 2. With the Hikvision camera, you unscrew that one nut in the middle to adjust everything, which makes it a little harder to adjust only the horizontal or vertical tilt. I really do think the GoSwift camera was the easiest to install. Its size is more compact, so it's a lot easier to screw into place than the Dahua camera. Plus, each individual adjustment is controlled by its own hex screw. So if you just want to adjust the side-to-side angle, you can do that a lot easier on the GoSwift than you can with the Hikvision. Alright, now that we have these cameras installed outside, let's go ahead and boot them up. All three of these cameras can be accessed through an NVR, a computer web browser, or a mobile device. First, let's talk about the recorders. I know what you might be thinking. Man, that GoSwift looks awesome, but I'm already invested in a Hikvision or Dahua environment. But here's the best thing about the GoSwift. It's OnVIF compatible. That's just a fancy way of saying you can use GoSwift cameras with recorders from other brands, as long as it supports OnVIF cameras, and both Hikvision and Dahua recorders do. So if you already have a Hikvision or a Dahua recorder, as long as it supports 4K resolution, you will be able to use the GoSwift's camera with either of these systems. To access these cameras from a computer, all three brands have just about the same functionality. If you've ever used Dahua or Hikvision before, you're pretty familiar with this interface, as it's pretty standard across all of their devices. To the newcomer, however, it can be a little daunting and confusing. GoSwift's interface, on the other hand, is super user-friendly. You don't even need a configuration tool to activate the camera, and you don't need to log into a web browser to view the feed. All you have to do is download the included GoSwift Viewer application and log in. It's so much cleaner and easier to navigate than the Dahua and Hikvision counterparts. All three of these brands also have their own mobile application for viewing and controlling the camera from anywhere, anytime. Once again, GoSwift's application is the easiest to set up and use. Now, the main difference between the three brands' interfaces and mobile apps is that the GoSwift interface was designed with this particular camera in mind. Everything you see on any of the menu systems specifically pertains to the GS 4K Bullet 1. On the other hand, the Dahua and Hikvision interfaces are basically carbon copies of the interface that they use for all of their cameras across the board. Dahua, Hikvision, and GoSwift. You've seen how the specs for these cameras compare. You've seen their interfaces, you've watched them in action. Do you believe me now when I say that you don't need to spend more than $100 on a fully capable 4K security camera? Stop paying extra money for a brand. Purchase your GoSwift Ultra HD 4K security camera today by going to nellysecurity.com and searching for GoSwift. I hope this video is helpful for you. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook for more product reviews like this. As always, if you have any questions, we're here to help you find cameras and equipment that suits your own surveillance needs. Thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you next time.